Right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday, and well, due to our little accident here at the store, we got a makeshift studio and also makeshift tasting rooms. We're going old school with our events here at the Wine Watch, and this was a small one, only 8 people, but some of those are the best sometimes I've found. And Simone or Simon Fowry, the winemaker from Merryvale, I don't think he was too upset, man. You know, you get the right people in the room. It really doesn't matter how many that you have. So Rich Pendleton knew the wines very well. He's a big fan of Merryvale, and we had the doctor here, Cucuzzo, and Paige, one of our California Cabernet specialists and Chardonnay specialists. So we had a great night here. And sorry, Simon, we want to do a little Wine Watch TV, but our producer, unfortunately, left, and I don't know how to set the lights up. I guess I could probably figure it out, but I've also forgot we have air conditioning over here at the new warehouse. We could have just turned that on, cranked it up, and we don't need our technician Flavio, no. But we next time you come back, I promise we'll have you on Wine Watch TV, and Simon Simone will be back, I'm sure. Merryvale in good hands here. This is a winer that's been around since the 80s, making the profile, I think, since the 1985 vintage. And this is, well, they've got 3 estate vineyards now, and a lot of it comes from their estate vineyard 800-foot elevation. So vintages like 2011, where they had some challenge, those high elevation vineyards seem to do the best. Well, these guys make a variety of wines. The Starmont, they've separated from the regular Merryvale label with by taking Merryvale off the label, and they make for some 100,000 cases of that, but so far he's not responsible for that. He's only responsible for the 15,000 cases they make under the Merryvale moniker, and this is one of the great producers in Napa that people forget about all the time, like their 2012 Starmont Chardonnay, which the price isn't that different between the Napa and the Starmont. Maybe these guys are just really taking care of us, which they always do. We appreciate that. We've been selling Merryvale for years with the price in this Napa, because this, to me, wow, what a big difference. I mean, obviously the Starmont meant a little lighter, more drinkable, more approachable for the masses, but the Napa Sauvignon Blanc, whew, this is a big Sauvignon Blanc. Even better on the second day, 2012 and 13, 2 outstanding vintages, and this one's got a little Semillon in the blend, which adds a little richness, and then they've got these cigar-shaped barrels, which a lot of people are using to make, you know, really intense Sauvignon Blanc today, and it gives them a little more wood contact, and use about 20% new oak. You get a little bit of new oak in this wine, but this can handle a lot of fruit here, and really rich, that melon and pineapple fruit showing even brighter on the second day, some fresh jasmine floral notes, little lime zest, really rich on the tongue, you know. And that's one of the things I love about Sauvignon Blanc is it opens up, just like great red wines, just like great Cabernets. Remember, Sauvignon Blanc is one of the precursors to Cabernet Sauvignon, and they crossed that with Cabernet Franc to create the world's most popular red varietal. But this one, a lot of richness, and has that pink grapefruit kind of Jolly Rancher candy zest at the end. Nice minerality, leaves the tongue salivating for food. Excellent juice at $24. That's where I'm putting my money in Sauvignon Blanc at Merryvale. The Carneros Chardonnay, really rich but balanced also. One of these things you're starting to see people use this balanced word a lot. And, well, with the French, it's very important. You know, they don't like over-the-top, overly alcoholic wines anyways. 30% of the fruit coming from Hyde Vineyard, so some high-quality stuff. And 50% new oak in this wine. Oh, I'm sorry, they use 50% estate fruit overall, and about 50% is purchased. And, you know, gives you more options. If you have a difficult year with your vineyards, and there's 15 different AVAs in Napa, you've got other stuff that you can rely on. So really ripe and seductive bouquet here. Tropical fruit, vanilla, cinnamon spice shown from the new oak, which they use about 30%. I'm sorry, not 50 in this wine. And some nice creme brulee notes, really rich lemon drop candy, white peaches. Nice creaminess on the tongue here. This wine's got good intensity, a little fresh butter movie popcorn note, some nice toasted oak spice on the finish. Nice acidity, though, in this wine. Like I said, nice balance. All right, excellent juice at $33. A relative value, man. All these wines from Merryvale. The Pinot Noir Carneros, a big surprise. Lovely, pretty black raspberry fruit, a little orange zest, some leather, tobacco, dried floral notes, allspice. Really nice zest on the palate here, too. Nice spice, but silky smooth tannins in this wine. Power and elegance. Good amount of that exotic spice from the nose and floral notes showing through the finish. Excellent juice at $36. And then the Bordeaux varietals. That's what we've come to know Merryvale for. A big Merlot, really juicy Merlot. This 2011, surprisingly good, because 11 was a little difficult. They had rain, which, I'm sorry, they have rain in a lot of parts of the world. You know, California, not very often, But our winemaker from France knew what to do. Sort, sort, sort. Get rid of all the rot. Don't put any rotten grapes in there. They triple sorted the fruit, and they came up with some pretty good 11s. Lower, of course, in production. They had a low fruit set. So maybe a ton per acre for the estate fruit, which is very low. Usually they get 2, so half the amount of juice here. Dark cherry fruit, fine herbs, dark chocolate, peppery spice. Really forward and seductive on the palate as well. Merlot doesn't have that tannic backbone that Cabernet does, but it has a lovely freshness, a lovely acidity. And this wine's got that dark chocolate and herb note showing to the fruit on the finish. Excellent juice at $45. A great effort for 11. The 10 Cabernet, like most of the 10s, needed a day to open up. It was much better this next morning, and this wine's got all 5 of the Bordeaux varietals in it. Classic vintage, lots of structure here, and dark cassis, currant berry fruit, cigar box spice, bittersweet cocoa, and really complex bouquet of aromas here. This Cabernet, thick and juicy on the tongue, with lots of that dark berry fruit, long finish. Turning a bit dry at the end, but these 2010s just need time. This wine's got a lot of fruit and all the right stuff in proportion. Excellent juice. $63, but Merryvale, one of the stars of Napa Valley, the profile for years. We did blind tastings when I worked for Republic National against wines like Insignia, Opus One, the top wines made in Napa, and this wine always finished first, second, or third. And $150, not crazy expensive. Some of these new wines. $500 a bottle. Screaming Eagle, $1,000 a bottle. Put Merryvale profile up against it. We had the 10 and 11 vintage. We showed the 11 first. And you know what? The crowd liked the 11. They only made 900 cases. Again, they sorted the heck out of it. And they got some great fruit. This one had an array of cassis and currant berry fruit, some cigar box spice, fresh earth, dark cocoa, and really nice, soft, easy drinking vintage. You know, you could keep this wine for 10 years. It's got wonderful balance. Yields less than a ton per acre, but definitely more on the old school Bordeaux style. The 2010 needed a day to open up, man. Like I said, the next morning, this wine even better. I'm sorry, I like the 10 better even on that night. It's got this lovely earthy graphite note to the dark currant cassis berry fruit, dark chocolate, loamy earth notes, and a really long finish. This wine's got a lot of tannins, a lot of acidity, but a lot of everything. They make nearly 3,000 cases of profile in a great vintage. This wine, most excellent. Give it 10 years in your cellar. And then the Antigua. This is one of the most unique things that you will find it in Napa Valley or anywhere. It's Muscat de Frontignac, 100% made Solera style like sherry, and got wonderful fruit to this wine. A little sweeter than most sherries, not quite as sweet as maybe cream sherry, but a lot of complexity, nuts, orange peel aromas, and lovely freshness, lovely acidity in this wine, even though it's very sweet. Finishes somewhat dry, leaves you salivating, and really nice little unique dessert wine. They stopped making this, but they have a 10-year supply still at $45. You want to give your people something unique for dessert, try it out. You will never guess it's from Napa Valley. That's what we had to drink at our Merryvale winemaker dinner tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.